Okay, here we are, guys. We are in the grand finals of the faction war. We've got Dark Riku going to be piloting the Tyranids, leading off with the Lictor Alpha going up against the Warp Spider Exarch of Cry, who's obviously our resident Eldar hero. Right out the gate, seeing a little bit of deviation here from the Eldar player. Double Banshees. Double Banshees and a little bit of cover abuse here from the Warp Spider Exarch. Pretty annoying. You can't actually hit him in melee with the position that he's at there. And of course the green cover is going to protect him quite a bit from the Termagant's Pew Pew. And that is a dead Hormigant squad. So Riku is already vexed. I mean, Riku at this point is just fucking trolling. No! Come on! No! What? No! 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 Why did... Shoot me. The Banshees were in cover. The Warp Spider Exarch was helping the Banshees. The Lictor Alpha engaged late to support his Hormigants. So the Hormigants were fighting in melee against the Banshees for a long time without the Lictor supporting. And the Lictor wasted his Flesh Hook on the Warp Spider Exarch. Hold on then. Here we go. Just stream a bit of the Discord. You've got a nice thick strawberry in the corner as well to enjoy. So you can see here, as soon as this happened, how's this for a reward? I'll concede the next game's happy. And now Riku's saying bestie sucks. Cry's asking him not to ruin the show. If you don't want to play this matchup, we can do what I suggested. You play Eldar, I'll play Nids just for a show. Riku's chatting shit about the Hormers and the Termers and the LA versus the Shees, even though I explained that's not what happened at all. The Hormers engaged the Shees on their own, whilst getting shot by the Warp Spider Exarch. The Shees were in cover. The Hormigants weren't in cover from the Warp Spider Exarch, and the Lictor Alpha was really late to the melee fight, way too late. Just terrible, terrible play from Riku. And at the end of the day, Hormigants are a fucking anti-ranged unit, not an anti-melee unit. So why are you charging Banshees with Hormigants? That's just dumb. Dumb. So yeah, Riku's off to put his kids in bed, raging. And yeah, we're all waiting. Tenso's typing. Yeah, this is content, baby! To be honest, well, look, I should put this on the YouTube. This is the fucking grand finals, but what is that about teleporting? Yeah, so I don't know if you tuned in late to the match there, Baton, but on Calderis Refinery, there's a lot of parts of the map on the outsides that you can't attack with melee units, but if you have a teleporting hero, you can teleport units into those locations. Now, that's normally not very useful with, like, the Chaos Wars, but... oh god, here we go. But with the Warp Spider Exarch, he can teleport there, and he can shoot at enemies, but he can't actually be attacked. So Riku was crying about that. There's so many spots the Watt Spider X can actually do that in Calderis Refinery. There's like 6 or 7 different spots. So that made Riku tilt. But the way I see it, you know, if Calderis Refinery is so exploitable like that, it shouldn't be in the map pool. They should do a Calderis Refinery Redux and put that in the map pool and just remove the original. Right now, the map pool has that map in it. There's no rule about that. No one says that that exploit is not allowed. There's a lot of exploits in the game. So, you know. Yeah, man, use it with interceptors and you can shoot at enemies with your 7 DPS Stormbolters, or in tier 3, shoot them with the side cannons. They can't hit you in melee. To be fair, once tier 3 comes, some of them can be destroyed with cover. Not all of them, though. So Tenso's saying that the core idea of Faction Wars is to figure out the best faction in 1v1s, loser brackets are for second chance in case you lost to someone, meme build, or in reverse you did a meme build and lost. Yeah, I don't really know what he's talking about. Doesn't really make any sense. It's not 7, it's 8. What are you talking about? Oh, DPS. Oh, intercept DPS, right. Yeah, it might be harder for interceptors because they're free models. I think maybe you could... There might be some spots you can do it, I'm not sure. Ravener can't abuse it because he can't jump. I don't think he can burrow there. Maybe he can. I don't know. Because of the tunnel, I'm not sure if he can. The mech can also abuse it though, yes. So can Fusion Gun, Autark. We can go into that whilst they're chatting shit. So let me show you guys real quick. Oh, Inikura's saying Raveners can. Yeah, well if Raveners can, then Interceptors should be able to as well. So this is one of the positions here. You can't technically melee him if I teleport here on this side of this cover, and this cover cannot be destroyed. Here is another position. These 3 positions here. You can't melee me if I'm here. You can there, but you can't melee me if I'm here or here. You can go here. Can't melee me if I'm here. Immune to melee. I can walk along the edges, but yeah, that's it. And then over here, this is what he just abused. Now these pipes do get destroyed. These ones you can destroy. You can't destroy these by crushing them, but you can crush these, and this is where he went here. So you see here the sluggers, they can't melee me. Look, that's why they're frozen. I just shoot their sluggers. So they can't go in melee with me. I'm immune. So yeah, this is what Riku is trolling about. Oh, so Cry's gonna be starting the game. Alright, I'm coming. I thought he was putting his fucking kids in bed. I left the lobby, he wasn't there. Come on, let's just fucking do this. Let's go. Come on. Game 2. Or is he... What's going on here? Why has Riku got the Lictor? Have they decided to, like, ignore that last game? Oh. Yeah, it's best of 5, I forgot, so you have to keep playing. You can play your hero over and over again until you win with it. Because you still need to win with all 3 heroes, right? Okay, well we're off to the jungle. We're off to the jungle. Farseer versus Lictor. I really like the Farseer versus Lictor. I'm not the fucking host, why would I know the rules? I'm not organising this shit. Well, I learned all of that What Spider bullshit from the mech boy. I abused that shit with the mech boy against Eldar. Back when the big shooter on the mech was 20 power, I would rush that thing and just be popping Guardians left, right and centre.
Do not fear to speak your mind.
So here we go.
The time for speed has passed.
Farseer versus Lictor. No good luck from Riku. I mean, he's already mentally destroyed, it's kind of pointless. But what can you do?
We are ready to serve.
What can you do?
This place is now under our banner.
Baton, that's crazy, saying that you've been around for a year and played 7 or 8... Oh, forget it. I'm an idiot. I thought he was saying he's been around for 7 or 8 years. He's not. He's played 7 or 8 games on Calderas Refinery. Makes sense, brother. Why you haven't come across that exploit. But yeah, I mean, that shit should be put in the tournament rules in future, or you redux the map so that they fill in the cover. One or the other. But anyway, let's crack on with the game. Lictor Alpha immediately getting 2 kills on the Guardians there, one with a flesh up, one with melee. And Farseer is going to force off the Hormagaunts because the Hormagaunts are not a melee counter. And the special attacks on the Farseer will do insane damage. 1 gen immediately up for Dark Riku, allowing him to get the fast warriors. And Guardian's still idle in the garrison, which is a little bit weird. Not really sure what's going on there.
It is time to add to our war panoply.
Yeah, Guardian's just going to kite back to the Banshees here. Hormagaunts needs to be very wary of potential grenade and retreat path. First warriors are going to be coming out now. And the Guardians did eventually decide to flee. Map control looking pretty good for Riku. Lictor fully caps over there. Wonder where the Lictor's going to go now. He could loiter around this area to kill these Guardians when they go take the requisition. Termagants need to get out. Oh, that is not a very nice retreat path. Oh, late on the grenade, I think? Yeah. Yeah, you got 3 Termagants, it's probably worth it. I feel like Riku's so fucking tilted. Just looking at his Lictor there, just sort of frozen in place, and he's just thinking, "Rah, Eldar! Retreat grenades, Banshees!" Ridiculous. Now this is going to be a better engagement. Here we go. Maybe don't idle your Hormagaunts, Riku. Yeah, Riku's playing like shit. If he didn't idle his Hormagaunts, these Banshees would already be forced off. Because that, you know, that's a good engagement. The Lictor is engaging simultaneous to the warriors, and then you have a great engagement. You need to knock back the Banshees with your warriors, and then the Hormagaunts can go nom 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 nom. Dead Banshees. Now the Lictor, right there, should have rotated off, infiltrated, and then he could have tied up the Shuriken. By the way, guys, notice how Spore Mines are never bought in Tier 1 anymore. Useless units. A little bit of missed micro there from Cry, not positioning amazingly with his Shuriken. Lets the Termagants get into melee. Termagants over here been doing a good job. Cry's double Guardians have been quite occupied over here. And here we go, we've got Toxin Miasma now for the Lictor Alpha. That's a nice war gear. And again, I don't really think the Banshees want this fight. They don't have their aspects yet. They're going to be getting it soon. Termagants not being full models leaves them in a pretty bad position here. I wouldn't be going into melee here if I was Cry. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good idea. Do we drop in another gen? Yeah, Riku drops that third gen. Cry's got his 3 gens up himself. These Termagants should probably just get out of here at this point. They're so low. Same with the Lictor. Or the Lictor could go over here and deal with these Guardians, start bleeding them a bit. I don't like this. I don't know why Riku's so far forward. Just get back. What's he doing? Why is he taking a fight here? You have the speed advantage as the Nids. You're the fastest faction in the game. Just chill out. Don't like that play from Riku. He had a couple of good engagements there. He really didn't need to... I don't know why he was sitting so far forward. Seed the VP. Move your troops over here. Force him to retaliate to defend the farm whilst you cap all of these points. Lictor forces them off, then caps the VP. Termagants can recap this. You retreat here with no losses. You meet in the middle again and you win the engagement and then you bash. That would have been the macro. But instead he loitered here, and this is what happens. He's forced off his entire army. Now he has to send some forces to cap this part of the map, while he's got a weak army to try and fight the main army of Cry. And he will probably lose, because it's 3 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Innie, stop shit-talking Nids. I don't think this tournament means anything about skill or balance. It just is what it is. So one of the Crippling Poisons used there does manage to kill one Guardian, not great. But, oh no, Hormagaunts! No! Mismacroed again. They could have got onto the Shuriken, which would have been lovely actually, because he would have forced it off and he would have probably got a good gen. Now it would have been slightly risky with a retreat path, but you can still move here to dodge grenades. Speaking of nades, that's 2 dead warriors. Doom on retreat path there to increase the damage. And once again we see Riku doing the Tyranid fast tech, which, you know, I have to question. Meanwhile, we've got the Lictor doing side capping, which is fine, except he's invested in the Toxin Miasma, so I think we really need that Lictor in the main combat. If I was Riku here, I think double Hormagaunts would have been really effective.
As it was foreseen, generator operation.
So the Lictor does get pushed off there. Cry's dropping a 4th generator, which is a curious play. I guess thinking about it, Cry really hasn't been bleeding much at all. Now, the classic combo against Tyranids in Tier 2 for the Eldar is Watt Spiders plus Wraith Lord. It's one of the few matchups where you always see the anti-infantry Wraith Lord. Ooh, lots of Banshee losses here for Cry. Oh my god, is he going to lose it? He loses it! The final leap from the Warriors wipes the Banshees! Riku is elated! But the problem is, Riku's also tier 2, but so is Cry. And when I look at Falcon versus Tyrant Guard, I'm afraid I'm in favour of the faction with the Falcon. Now we also only see one Warrior Brood here. What does that mean? It means that there can't be a 4x Swarm and an Adrenal Gland purchase here, so you've got to choose one or the other. Now the Adrenal Gland is amazing because it helps you beat things up in melee, and it's actually really good when the enemy has a lot of ranged units because they're just so tanky with that extra 75% HP that they're great against everything, especially ranged units. But of course, you go for Adrenal Gland, you don't have the snare of the Electroshock grubs, so you're going to struggle to be able to catch. I didn't know whether to say capture or catch there. You're going to struggle to catch the Falcon. So he is going to opt for the 4x Swarm, and Cry is kind of fucking up right now because he drove his Falcon super far forward. Did he not think Cry was tier 2? Why can he not get the Electroshock grub off? It looks like he should have been in range. And here is a Tyrant Guard knocking the Shuriken aside. It's going to wipe it. That is a dead Shuriken. This game looks very, very good for Dark Riku. So, use the Venom Brood to wipe the Falcon. Once you've done that, you can give them Death Spitters. Oh, well, maybe not if he's going for a Wraith Lord as well. Certainly if there was going to be fighting a Fire Dragon. This is a very interesting choice from Cry. I don't know about the Falcon choice. Yeah, I guess the Falcon's fine. But to go Falcon plus Wraith Lord seems a little bit mental. Now, the Lictor Alpha is the worst Tyranid hero against the vehicles. So I guess that's cool. But I don't know, man. It's still kind of scary. If I was Riku, my next purchase would probably be an Adrenal Gland Warrior Brood squad.
Deploying Shuriken Cannon. We have 300 points remaining.
Okay, here's the big engagement. Lix is going to engage the Guardians there. They're getting really close to getting wiped. But yeah, they run into the cover of the Falcon. Now the Wraith Lord is isolated though, and there is nothing to tie up the Venom Brood. Venom Brood, they might not have the speed to kill a lot of transports, but let me tell you, they do a lot of damage. Look at the damage coming out of this Venom Brood. They need to move forward and force melee onto the Wraith Lord. They do get 50% fire on the move, something that tank busters wish they had. A lucky sync kill there from the Wraith Lord, which is kind of weird. You're not meant to get sync kills unless it's the last model in the squad, so that was very odd. But Tyrant Guard able to output a lot of DPS here, and even if the vehicles don't go down, this is just time. This is time for Riku that gets bought. Because these vehicles need to be repaired, and repairing Guardians are Guardians that are not capping the map. Ripper's going to be spawning. Rippers do have a little snare on vehicles, so if you flank with the Rippers behind the Falcon, you can slow it down a little bit, help your Venom Brood catch up. Obviously what he needs to try and flank from different angles with the Venom Brood baiting the enemy into a direction where they run past the 4x Swarm, hit it with an Electroshock Grub, and then it will be a dead vehicle. Cry, honestly, I don't know how Cry would win this at this point, but we'll see. Oh my god, kills the Warlock leader on the Guardian squad. 4x Swarm Warriors going to just go over and cap the point. Rippers eating away at the Falcon whilst the Tyranid ranged blob gets a nice little bash in. We do have ranged Synapse, so not going to have any Death Spitters. I think that's fine. Clearly, once he's seen double vehicles, you're going to want to keep your Venom Cannons and not have Death Spitters. And that obviously buffs up your Termagants, so why not? What was the Sun Tzu quote, Seraph? Do tell me.
My name is Sun Tzu. I tell you, very informative war quote. If Falcon and Wraith Lord of Eldar die, then Cry will lose the game for sure.
It is a fusion.
That was my Sun Tzu. Please don't ask why Sun Tzu sounded so Japanese, because I can't help you with that. So Tyrant Guard clearly overextended there, will go down in spite of the shield wall. Just too much anti-vehicle DPS outputted here. But does it matter? There are 43 VPs left in this game. The Guardians are going to get their natural back, eventually. However, I don't believe that the mid is going to be held here by Cry. So the VP pressure is going to continue, and of course, Dark Riku is currently in tier 3.
We must not lose the day. Our guardians have given
Oh, the Sun Tzu quote was, repairing Guardians are Guardians, not capping the map. Or in the Sun Tzu accent, repairing Guardians are not capping the map. That was terrible. I'm sorry, I apologize, guys. Okay. Cry is actually still in this, because he is pumping out units with the Eldar Eco. We have 2 Guardian weapon teams. Riku is throwing. He just thrown away the Hormagaunts. Riku, relax.
We shall rise to the
Relax, buddy. Relax. This game is not over. The Guardians should be able to get the decap on the natural here. The Shuriken should be able to catch this. However, the Lictor will be able to 1v1 the Farseer quite easily. Uses Stalk Global,
you require.
buffing his damage. I believe it decreases the damage resistance of the Farseer as well. Not certain.
Our webway gate is under enemy at speed.
It is a 2-to-1 cap currently in favour of Cry with 1 VP left. And here is a Carnifex. It is a Thornback Carnifex, and it is immediately going to be charging into action, crushes a few Guardians before they can get inside the Falcon, and now the Shuriken is just going to be kiting this bad boy. Do we get the Electroshock grub? No, we do not. However, Termagants are going to be capturing the natural VP of Dark Riku, whilst the Farseer and the Guardians sprint over to the natural VP of Cry. Lictor, yeah, should just turn around and focus the Farseer. Lictor at this point would do very well with either the Menacing Visage or the Lone Hunter. Tier 3 Raveners. You love to see it, and Cry is microing unfortunately. He loses the Farseer, and now the Lictor will be able to kill the Guardians, and that is going to be the end of Cry for this game, I believe. Well, the Guardians can kite to the building, I suppose. And in that sense, the Lictor can't cap whilst he's getting shot by them, so the game will go on for a little bit longer.
Engines ready.
I'm not sure how much longer, and I don't know how he deals with this Vex. Does have the Bright Lance, he's got the layered setup teams, but this is obviously why Riku has bought the Raveners. They can burrow on top of that Bright Lance. That's why we're going to have more Shurikens. Because, yep, what's better than 2 Shurikens? 3 Shurikens. There's another Sun Tzu quote for you guys.
Behold our new possession.
Yeah, the Bug Army went away because Riku kind of just tilted. He just went to cap the VPs. He kind of inted into the VPs.
We must drive the Tyranids from our structure.
It was like, I don't know, he just thrown units on top of VPs and let them get wiped. I mean, it brought him down to 1 VP, so close call. But it doesn't matter, he's going to win now anyway. He's going to get both the decaps, and there you go, that's going to be the dub. That is the W to Riku, who says GG noob. I mean, come on. What's with the BM? I thought we were a nice, respectful sort of player base in the Elite mod for Dawn of War 2. What you on about? This is not Riku. What? Oh, is this Best Noob? This is Bruce. Wait, what? What are you talking about? What is going on? What is actually going on right now? Has Riku actually just gone? What are you talking about? This is obviously Riku. Ah, dear, dear, dear. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. Ah, fuck me. What is going on? I don't know what's happening right now. I don't even know. It's not even Best Noob, it's actually Bruce. Did Bruce actually just win that game? What is going on? What is this? Where is Dark Riku? Dark Riku is online. Well, I checked the profile in the lobby, but I don't know who was playing last game. I didn't check the profile before last game started. Fuck me, man. This is ridiculous. What's going on? Take a chill pill. Bruce, that was fucking legendary, lad. What was that? Well, that explains the fucking horrendous micro. Because it's Bruce Campbell. Man, I want to try my hand at fucking Cry. I want to play him with IG. I want to spank his ass with some hotshot las guns. Best of one, GG no re, and Cry's just confused as fuck. He's like, what? This is the map, bro. You want to do game 2 then? What's going on? Niet. Best of one, GG Nori. Spasibo. Fucking ridiculous, this is just absurd. Where is Dark Riku? Where is the actual Dark Riku gone? Honest to fucking god, man, this is just ridiculous. No, Baton, we just keep it a secret from him. This is too funny. This is too funny. Yes, Val, that is what the word on the street is, but shh, don't tell anyone. Shh. Let Bruce just win the fucking finals, bro. I can't believe I had no idea. And Bruce just doesn't even make the playoffs. He walks into the finals and wins the first fucking game. What the fuck? What even is this event? And why did people donate money? What about if Cry has to beat 5 different fucking people, a hot seat of different players in the finals to win? No, not all of them are Nids. A different faction each time. Different faction each time. That'd be fucking hilarious as a concept. Dude, this is too funny. I just want to know where the real Dark Riku is. Will the real Dark Riku please step up? Yeah, we all take turns being Dark Riku. Yes, that is brilliant. That makes this shit show of a league so good. Let's do it. Kicking. Go out of Steam, come back as Dark Riku, and you play as Chaos Sorcerer or Chaos Lord. It's fucking absurd, man. The Sky Silver just wants a 2v2. Sky Silver's had enough of this shit. Dark Riku, but not really. It's alright. Who is this? This is too much. I don't even know who this is. Oh, this is Baton. Okay. Okay, Baton's arrived. Niet! Not Baton. No, not Baton. Baton! Ay. They need to be competitive. Yeah, let's go. Kick in. Game 2 versus Chaos. Kick in. Let's do this. Oh, now Cry is trying to claim the... Oh, no, wait. He wanted the dub anyway. That's fine. That's fine. Let's do this, Kicking. You've got this, big man. What? The real Riku's coming now. God damn it, man. I got shit to do. I want to get this final roll in, man. Ah. Lame. 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 Come on. Let's do this. This is going to be fucking wild when it goes up on the YouTube, this. No, this is Dark Riku. This is the real Riku. The real Riku has arrived. And now he's left! What? What is he doing? What is he doing? What is this? Where's he gone? Oh my sweet Jesus. Whew. Okay guys, if you've got a little bit of deja vu, then I'm not surprised, because we're going into Game 2 between Dark Riku piloting the Tyranids and Cry, gonna be playing as the Farseer of the Eldar. We've not seen this before. Oh, now I'm online as well. Dark Riku is indeed playing Dawn of War 2. That he is. Well, hello there, YouTube. How are you doing? We've got a very normal Game 2 of the finals here to cast between Dark Riku playing as the Lictor Alpha and Cry playing as the Farseer. Now, Dark Riku had a bit of a aneurysm when he played against Cry in Game 1. And and he conceded in 3 minutes. And and now we're in Game 2 of this best of 5 finale. And Cry got here from the winner's bracket, but we just make up the rules in this tournament, so even though he got here from the winner's bracket of a double elimination tournament, he has 0 advantage whatsoever. Anyway, so that's going to be 1-0 in favour of Cry. Let's see how this match goes. Only seen one Guardian so far from Cry. I wonder if he's going to go for double Banshees. Doesn't look like it because he's dropped down 2 generators already at the start, whereas Dark Riku just doing the rather more conventional for the Tyranids single generator open. Lictor Alpha probably looking for a flesh hook here, has to time it so that the Farseer is not in the middle of a special attack, and now the Farseer is just going to take the garrison. What an annoying little troll she is. So, as one would expect in the early game here, we're going to see a little bit of a map control advantage for the Tyranids. Eldar choosing to work on their eco a little bit, going to get out their tier 1.5 a tiny bit sooner. Very lucky from the Lictor there, instantly getting a hit, a special attack after flesh hooking in the Banshees. Oh, this is too much. Everyone adding me on Steam. Oh, poor YouTube viewers, you have no idea what's going on. This has been quite a hilarious finale. Full of typical Dawn of War 2 scene drama. The Shuriken here not really achieving a whole lot. You see, I actually don't mind going Shuriken first against the Lictor. I actually think that's fine. A lot of people say, yeah, Rangers first, you just get tied up in melee by the infiltrating Lictor. Not true. I mean, you will get tied up in melee, but if you've got the Banshees nearby, you can deal with the Lictor fine. But of course, right there, the Banshees had already been forced off, so the Guardian weapons team needs to take a more defensive position. And nice play by Riku here, takes out one of the generators, then disengages. Meanwhile, the Guardians over on this side are going to be capping up the map, just taking this natural, well, yeah, it is a natural requisition point really for Dark Riku. And the second Shuriken is going to be coming out now. Homogons, you see, don't want to engage there because they don't want to take on the Banshees. Now, if they had the Lictor Alpha to support them, that might be a better engagement. Honestly. I think the notifications are funny for now. We'll turn them back off in the next game. This is a best of 5s of Waagghh, so you can wait. Oh, I don't even know if you're trolling me now. This is a best of 5, so you can replay your heroes if you lose them. Riku hasn't won yet with the Lictor Alpha, that was Bruce Campbell. Anyway, a big scrap going on right now. Looks like the Warriors will actually come out on top, and 4 Banshees are going to go down. We did get 1 Warrior model lost, but any homers? Only 2. So yeah, this is a favourable situation. Oh, nice use of the Farsight Global here to detect the Lictor Alpha. A bit of an overextension there on the Hormagaunts. Farsi is praying she gets a special attack right now. Would have done huge damage, but she doesn't. Nade in retreat path, going to be really hard to hit. These Hormagaunts have been moving for ages. Oh, beautifully done. Well done. Nice nade. Leaves the Hormers with 1 model. And leaves Riku full assault. So Riku doing this thing that he's been doing a lot, where he just goes Warriors and then fast tech straight into tier 2. I don't know how I feel about it, because the tier 2 with the nids is so mediocre. But I guess you get Rippers, right? Which deals with the double setup teams pretty damn effectively. The current score is 1-0 in favour of Cry. So Riku just starting his tier 2 tech now. Obviously at this point the map controls reverse and it's heavily in favour of Cry, as you would expect. Farsi has spotted the Lictor doing the decap here, probably gonna guide the Shuriken. Okay. So the Lictor gets forced off, the Homers and the Warriors are over there on the northwestern portion of the map, just trying to cap up the map. Riku just biding his time now, basically. One of the Termers probably should go to the VP, one to the Wreck. No, they're just going to hang around the mid, that's fine. Yeah, this is not a good engagement for the Warriors, they shouldn't be here. What is he doing? Get out! That was so risky. Yeah, he's going to have a Doom grenade combo on retreat. Doesn't actually lose any Warriors, which is very lucky for Dark Riku. Yeah, a little bit of bleed there. Don't know why the Termagants are getting so close to the Banshees. They should probably just get out of there at this point. I believe this is an Overwatch mistake. There's no way he wants another Shuriken. Yeah, he's going tier 2. Okay, fine. Riku queued up the zone? He does. So the zone throw counters the Shurikens ordinarily, but what it doesn't do is counter the Shurikens when they're behind an energy shield. So that can be quite awkward. Oh, this is so bad. Riku just plays like... he plays desperate. So now he gets the Barb Strangler in tier 2, which I find super weird. And it's going to be Zone throw versus what? That's the question. Farsight used again. No Farsight actually. He's just capping the VP. Cry kind of fucked that up because he didn't set up the shuriken before launching his attack. If he did, that would have been a dead Lictor. Riku just taking the opportunity to get rid of a gen and then leg it with his termagants. Balanced. What? What's not balanced? Oh, he lost the Lictor. Yeah, well, it was good use of the Farseer gate, to be fair. There was literally zero counterplay. He did retreat instantly. But, you know, that's the Farseer. Nice grenade. Riku could have dodged that. I don't know what he was microing. There's nothing else going on. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Step up the game. And where's the zone throw? What is it doing? Well, the zone throw instantly kills this guy. Force melee with the warriors. You can probably kill this. Too slow. He doesn't even do it. What is Riku doing, man? Riku just plays like trash. He's running around like he thinks there's a webway gate. Why would there be a webway gate? You've not been down this side of the map for ages. So I think what we can all conclude from this is that Bruce Campbell is clearly a better Tyranid player than Dark Riku. And yeah, I was asked earlier what I thought about Tyranids being in the finals of this event. Does that say that Tyranids aren't weak? Yeah. Yeah, I think this event is just dumb. So Cry has the Falcon out right now, and Riku, by choosing to go for the zone throw, has currently got basically no proper AV. I don't really know why these players are not getting Raveners. I do think Raveners were over-nerfed. They're a little bit overpriced, but when the enemy goes double shurikens, it seems kind of like a no-brainer. And I don't really get this obsession with the zone throw up either. It's incredibly mediocre. I feel like all Cry needs to do now is go for an autark, and he's in a pretty amazing spot. Yeah. Map control super dominant for Cry. Basically got Riku base locked at this point. Anyone who thinks the skill level in Dawn of War isn't abysmal right now, who tuned into this final, you're drunk. You're just drunk. Yes, Olev, it is actually Riku right now. Hence, you know, getting wrecked. Nice snag there with the flesh hook on the Banshee Exarch, but likewise that synaptic backlash from the Lost Warrior is pretty brutal. And then Riku just walks his army into the shuriken. So, yeah. Nice Farseer loss there. This is some top quality finals gameplay. You need to watch the series, Deimos, between me and Best Noob. That was the highest skill series in that finale. Not the series between me and Twalale. I don't think the gameplay from my TM was that bad either, and that was an intentional throw. Because, well, yeah, I'm not going to get into it here, but tournament strategy things. Cry is basically base locking Riku at the moment. To be fair, Cry seems to have incurred quite a lot of bleed, so that's something. Like, he's not getting another unit out anytime soon. Finally, there's a Tyrant Guard. I mean, that is one of the major differences here. That obviously came out really soon for Dark Riku. No Venom Brood. How are you going to kill a Falcon when you don't have a Venom Brood? Here we go. Global use from the Elixir Alpha. Going to call in that Venom Brood. But it's kind of a fail, you know, he's just mindlessly walking the warriors forward, and yeah, they're just gonna get wiped by the Falcon. He might actually pincer it with the Venom Brood. I don't know if Cry's realized the Venom Brood on the way. He did, but yeah, he gets the Falcon. Okay, get the Tyrant Guard out now then. Pull it out. What is the Tyrant Guard doing in the base? This is misplay from Cry. Okay, he goes into the webway at the last minute. Brilliant. I think Cry now is kind of memeing by going tier 3. Why would you go tier 3? That doesn't... Well, I don't know. Whatever. So... Oh wow, whoa! Shuriken! The Shuriken wipes! What is going on? How is this our grand finals? Oh my god. Hello Tenso, this is game 2. So the Tyrant Guard here should rotate so that it faces the Exarch and focuses her down first. That was weird. Just kind of let it wipe. I don't really know what's going on here. It's like both the players are having serious trouble microing anything. Yeah, one would assume that Seers would be the way to go here, but I don't know. Dark Riku's not too far off the tier 3. Well, actually, he was floating crazy. Change V bug. Charge bug. Ah, charge bug. Okay. And here we go. We got the Seers global. I don't know why you guys are talking about the Piano versus Torpid final. If I recall correctly, he just conceded straight away. This is dumb, because this is a final and they're playing it and they both suck. Right? It's fine, we all suck, but it's just a bit weird in a final, I'm not gonna lie. Guys, do you think the Zoanthrope is worth it? I'm not sure, you know, I really haven't seen it do a lot. I don't think it is. And to go for such a light tier 1 as well, into a Zoanthrope seems really fucking weird. We do have the option of Death Spitters. Probably not going to get them, because of the threat of a Fire Prism, which then would counter the Can effects. Not a very nice position here for the Warriors, getting charged by Seers. Okay, Carnifex coming out now. That's obviously going to be fantastic for Dark Riku because Cry at the moment has 0 anti-vehicle. You can get a Bright Lance, that's not going to deal with a Carnifex. We've kind of seen that in the other game with Bruce. It can just charge down the Bright Lance. Not to mention the Formback can spawn Rippers, for God's sake. They can then tie up the Shurikens. One thing I'm noticing as well, Riku doesn't use Rippers. Where are the Rippers? He's not summoning any Rippers. He was going up against double Shurikens early. They should have been Rippers all game long. Well, less than 100 VPs for Riku. He needs to make this Carnifex count. Here we go, we've got the farm back coming on the way. Remains to be seen how much work this is actually going to put in though. It's basically unkillable, and Cry knows that, so he just avoids it, sending his Seers after the great target of the Warrior Brood here. Do you know what Riku needs to get? He needs to get the Menacing Visage. If he gets the Menacing Visage, he can make the Banshees or the Seers instantly retreat, which would be, oh, so strong. And then just cap with the Homers, which is kind of what they're already doing, it seems. Oh no, they're dying. They're getting wrecked by a grenade. Nice. Well, this is a problem because the Guardians are just going to go over here onto the VP. The Carnifex can't be killed, but it doesn't really matter. Looks like the Shuriken got killed by the Carni. Another dead Banshee. Riku needs to get on the points. What is he doing? Take the VPs, brother. Finally, Menacing Visage is coming. And some Rippers. Alright. Unfortunately, Rippers can't cap. This Sunfrip's not really doing anything. Probably should send it over to go cap. And Cry's just going to win on VPs, it looks like, at this rate. You know, Warrior's trying to do things to these Seers, but Seers, not only do they have 500 HP per model, which is crazy, they also, we're going to see Visage here, they also have a aura that makes them take less range damage. Yeah, Sunfrip's dead. Surprise, surprise. Sunfrip was useless. So I'm going to need to get out of there. Venom Brood probably, well, I was going to say probably should get Death Spears. No, they shouldn't. There's a Fire Prism. And Lictor should probably get some upgrades. You know what? I was just going to say, you know what might be useful right now? A tier 3 Lictor. And indeed, a tier 3 Lictor is on the way. So the Venom Brood are going to force melee onto the Prism. Yeah, they've got to get out of there. But now as these models pop, look at the HP of the Vex. Boom. 10% of the HP gone every single time a Venom Brood model is killed. So there you go. Oh, uses the charge. Can't get the kill. The Fire Prism is just poking away at the Seer Council. Not ideal. Optimistic Flesh Hook there on the level 4 Howling Banshees. I mean, the Vex is very tanky. It's shooting, the Prism shooting at the Rippers certainly doesn't help. Lictor can go try and deal with that Fire Prism, but we need to get something over here onto this point. It's currently a 0-0 cap. What's that? Is that Venom Brood? Oh my god, he's going in so deep. The Carnifex has no HP. Why is he called in a Venom Brood? Yeah, this is a throw. This is a throw, because even if he kills the Carnifex, which I don't think he's going to do, sorry, even if he kills the Prism, which I don't think he's going to do, he loses the Carnifex, and he needs that to deal with the Seers and the other thing. The Synaptic Backlash. Absolutely cooked that Lictor, who's going to jump out of there. Yeah. Grenade on retreat path. I think that's enough. Okay. He's not going to attempt it. Termers will take the natural VP. But the Lictor Alpha's got to get out of here. Pretty slow to retreat. Okay. They hold this VP. The gates are proving quite useful right now. The Seers definitely need to heal up, but the Banshees can get back in and get out this VP. Oh, here we go. Electroshock grubs into a Tyranno formation. That's a play. And it doesn't kill the Fire Prism. Of course not. Of course not. It does wipe the Guardians though, which is kind of hilarious. A nice Autarch summon. Oh, this Lictor, dude. He needs to leap. Leap, Lictor. The leap of faith. Oh my god, the Synaptic Backlash keeps knocking over this poor Lictor every single time. I'm a little bit confused. The Farsight must be getting used. Oh, he's not even trying to infiltrate, is he? Why didn't he just infiltrate? Oh, I don't know. Lictor's gonna die now. Yeah, Riku just throwing. Throwing hard. Yeah. Yep, definitely a bullshit race. It's not like Bruce just stomped the race in the game prior to this. I think it's more bullshit player, to be honest. Alright, well, I'm gonna be honest guys, I'm pretty bored at this point. So, let's hurry up and do game 3. Hopefully it won't go on as long as this. There's no way Riku can win this. He's got no VPs, no units to cap the VPs. I do like the Autarch in this matchup. Asmon's saying another easy bait for Riku. This dude is like a carp. Not wrong. Not wrong. Not even fucking wrong. And that is GG. On to game 3, I suppose. Bruce come back. Ah dear. Okay, here we are. We're in game 4 of this absolutely ridiculous finals. We've got Dark Riku now pulling out his Hive Tyrant. Dark Riku, in order to take this thing, needs to win with his Hive Tyrant and his Ravener Alpha against the Warlock of Cry. If Cry can manage to get a W with the Warlock, he will take this event. And once again, Cry is doing this weird double Guardian thing. No Banshees, for whatever reason.
There is a Tyranid infestation. Support structure complete. We have succeeded in our objective.
No gens here for Dark Riku. Is that float? It's gotta be float. Or maybe he wants double homers. Let's see.
Adding warp generator.
It's float. Of course it's float. Just ratting for now.
Generator operational.
Now the ratting definitely favours Cry, since Cry has gone for fewer units. Asmon, this is the wrong time to be complaining about the game sound. I've been streaming for like fucking 5 hours. You're gonna tell me the game sound is too quiet now? Come on. It's ridiculous. Instant Bab Strangler. It's good on this map. Line of sight blockers here, line of sight blockers up here. Let's see how it fares. Okay, Hive Tyrant's going to chase the Guardians into base. Beautiful destruct there from the Warlock. My god, just going to wipe Termagant. What is Riku doing? Wait, what? It felt good before? Nothing's changed. I haven't even turned off the stream. I did actually reset my my game, but you know, the settings are what they should be. 4 on Master, 2.5 on the other two. So it's the same as before. Riku losing the Termagants there is so painful. Ugh. Not looking good for Riku. Playing the Hive Tyrant against triple Shurikens. Not fun. He's got to get Raveners. Has to get Raveners right now. Because they will not only help him counter the Shurikens, they will give him the lost DPS in ranged that he's got from being down 1 Termagant. Still going to be hard for him, but he's got to go Raveners. Yeah.
The enemy is claiming a victory point.
Behold our good possession.
Here we go, the triple Shuris are moving up to the gen farm. These Guardians here just baiting things basically. Look how far they've pulled the Barb Strangler Warrior Brood away so that they can secure the gen bash. Crazy. And Cry's already going tier 2, oh dear. Oh dear. Shuriken needs to focus the Horms. Oh, Riku, what are you doing? Why would you burrow the front Shuriken? No wonder Riku doesn't buy these guys. He doesn't even know how to use them. Fortunately for him, Cry completely fucked up his micro. And didn't shoot the Raveners and let them get into melee with the rear one. But, yeah. That was not very good play. You send the Horms down here to the mid Shuriken, you burrow the rear one, and then the Barb Strangler suppresses the frontal Shuriken. Simple. Now you could get the Hive Tyrant Bioplasma. He's opted for the charge instead. He's just so far behind in tech. Falcon's going to be a nightmare. Again, just lazy play. He should have just split the ranged units. The Bow Strangler already had that frontal shuriken suppressed. And then he still had the burrow on the rafts to jump the rear one. Catches that shuriken out though. But here we go, we got the Falcon en route. It's going to be a big problem. I don't know what the tier 2 play for Riku is. Yeah, it probably is a Tyrant Guard. Luckily for him, he is the Hive Tyrant, so... And he's already got the charge armor, so he actually has the best counter that Tyranids have against Falcons, which is a charging Venom Cannon Hive Tyrant. It's literally the best counter in the entire roster, other than Venom Cannon Carnifexes, that Tyranids have against the Falcon. So that's good for him. He is going tier 2. And then, yeah, probably a Tyrant Guard. Okay. He just concedes. Brilliant. He was still in that, for sure. Because Cry's army doesn't scale. There's no Banshees, so it makes the Tyrant Guard really effective. Anyway. We got some high-level 2v2s with Blood Rain and Sky Silver. Anyone want to join me in a little bit? I'm gonna go get some coffee, I think, and have a little break, and I'll come back a bit more active. Would you like to do some high-level 2s? Or would any of you guys fancy watching some high-level 2s? Tell me. Alternatively, I could do some 1v1s with IG. Don't really want to do Order Malleus, I don't think. They just tilt me so much. Anyway, I'll be back in a bit. Let me know in my Discord, if you're in the Discord. Let me know what you want to see in the Discord, if you want to see 2s or 1s. We'll be back in a bit. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Torpid signing out.